A long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
You know, Adam, I was thinking we should do another Star Wars episode.
That's right! Welcome to the MythBusters Aftershow, show. We're doing questions that you have submitted about the Star Wars episode, specifically Higher Ground. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. First question, why didn't you use lightsabers for this test?
Well, because they don't exist.
Yeah, that would be one reason. No, that's the only reason. We needed sticks that we could smack into each other. Okay, not on the face. Those store-bought things called lightsabers, they don't survive so well for the kind of sword fighting we were doing.
Oh, I hit myself in the groin.
Oh, no, sorry. And, oh, wait. There's so many reasons we didn't use actual lightsabers, but the main one is that they don't exist. All right, next question. I didn't understand why you did the test on flat ground first. Don't we mean that really clear?
Yeah.
We were looking for a control. We needed to compare the efficacy of higher ground against something. You can't just do it and go, oh, I won most of the time, therefore it's better. No, we needed to establish where we were on the spectrum of sword fighting in comparison with each other. And we were dead even after all those tests.
More or less.
More or less. Next card. Why do so many tests? As soon as someone on the low ground won, it was myth busted, right? So why repeat and repeat and repeat? Jamie?
Well, it's not science if you can't repeat it.
Bing! There you go. That's what science is, the ability to replicate results. If you can't replicate them, they're not results. They are just a coincidence. Next question. Your training guy was cool, but was he 12 years old? No, he's a functioning adult.
Yes.
He's just thin, rail thin. I guess that's what comes from being a Jedi. They're all thin.
I didn't check his ID, though.
A lot of times, it's not so much putting as much power as you can. It's trying to hit the openings that you see.
Next question. Your volcano was awesome. How did you make it, and why didn't you just put 100 gallons of vinegar and a ton of bicarbonate of soda in it? Welcome to the planet Mustafar.
Well, because that's not what it looked like in the movie.
We made our volcano using a bunch of different techniques, namely some underlit panels of acrylic with, what was that, guar gum, right?
Yes. And when you add it to water along with a little food colorant, voila, you've got this goopy lava stuff. And a little bit of charcoal.
A little bit of charcoal on top of the lava. Yeah, man, that was some old school, like, practical effects there. Jamie, I think you'll take this one. Are you excited about Star Wars VII?
Are there 7? I thought there was only 1. I find your lack of faith upsetting. Disturbing.
There you go. Now we are answering your questions about Laser Blaster. First question.
Blast 'em!
They're not referred to as laser blasters in the movie, so why do you call them that? Because everyone calls them that. Everyone in the world calls them laser blasters. My kids call them laser blasters. I called them laser blasters when I was a kid, and I don't know what you called them back when you were a kid.
They weren't around then.
Yeah.
And they still aren't.
Next question. Will you ever build a Death Star on the show?
No.
We may build a set from the Death Star on the show, but it's like 75 kilometers in diameter, I think. Something like that. No.
That's a big, heavy sphere.
No. Shh. Next question. Where did you get your stormtroopers? We got them from a fantastic organization called the 501st Legion. And it is a group of Star Wars aficionados who dress up as their favorite characters of the bad guys. So there's the Rebel Legion that dresses up as the good guys. The 501st Legion dresses up as the bad guys, the Stormtroopers, the Vaders, the Boba Fett's, etc. And they do charity work. They go to hospitals, they go to kids' birthday parties, and they're all delightful men and women who have excellent Stormtrooper costumes, and they have helped us out a bunch.
Yes.
Yeah, they're awesome. Next question. Were you surprised that Colby could actually deflect the blaster bolts? I actually was really impressed with his ability to know where that gun was aiming and put his blade in its path.
Yes, he was able to do that, although I have to say, in the actual movie, there are a lot of these kinds of things where they actually hit them, and Colby wasn't doing that. He was kind of
It's true, but I would point out that, in fact, I thought his method of blocking the laser blasts was a very Heinemann method. He was using the least amount of action to fit the parameters of the circumstance we put him under.
This is true.
All right. Next question. How far away would you need to be to dodge a real-life laser? Well, given that it takes 250 milliseconds, you'd have to be about 10,000 miles away. So from here, you'd have to be somewhere on the southern coast of Africa, shooting east around the world. And someone would have to tell you, but they couldn't tell you because their communication to you would travel at the speed of light, which is the same speed that the bolt would be traveling from. So there's effectively no distance you could dodge a light beam from. That's my story. What do you think?
Well, and I'm not so sure that it would go curving around the Earth.
No.
like a
I'm just
ballistic
saying it would be
missile, so-
20,000. It would be like 10,000 miles, right? You'd have to be 10,000 miles away for it to travel something like half a second. So your reaction time could actually accommodate it. But then how would you know it's coming? You'd only know if someone like called you up and then call you up on something that communication travels at the speed of light at its fastest, right?
Yeah, you could do it if you were on the moon and you had a preset time with clocks that were
I guess you yeah.
and-
I guess you could.
you'd know that okay at precisely this time I have to move or I'm going to get shot.
That's a long way away. That's like 250,000 miles away. So
Yeah.
you'd have a few seconds actually.
Yeah.
So it's more just like they'd shine a light beam and you just I'm not sure that's dodging. I think that's called standing while they shoot a light beam separate from you. Next question. Your laser gun was cool. What gave you the idea to make the blaster bolts?
We had to shoot something that was very lightweight, which proved to be a problem because lightweight things being moved really fast are easily moved out of their given path.
Yeah, they don't follow a linear trajectory necessarily.
Yeah, more so than a heavier projectile. And
heavy projectiles hurt, so we needed it to be light because we might get hit by it. One. How was that?
Well, I tell you what, you definitely want to be wearing a cup.
I have to say I wasn't very satisfied with it. Going ahead and mass producing a bunch of them that
Weren't as accurate.
that turned out not to be as accurate. Even though I had tested a couple of those in the shop, it just it was a weird situation.
Yeah, it was a bit of a butt kicker. Last question. Oh, Jamie, this is a doozy. If you could come back to life as a Star Wars character, what character would it be?
Oh, Jabba the Hutt.
I don't think I could chase that with anything nearly as funny. Thanks for joining us on the MythBusters After Show. We will see you guys in the future.